something very interesting has actually happened, and I don't know if people were paying attention. Well, the people, the fans of this particular music, they were definitely paying attention. I don't know if you guys know, but first of all, let me go ahead and pull things back. So, just want to let you guys know that uh, Eminem versus Kendrick Lamar is this theory that I think is about to be proven true. Like it's something that's about to happen. And why do I think that this is going to go down? Okay, so the reason is because of what Eminem has recently done. Like I said, if you guys don't know, Eminem recently released his new music video about 2 weeks ago. It's called Houdini, right? I don't know if you guys saw it, but it was a pretty great video. I actually enjoyed it quite a bit, and so basically, this video is about the old Slim Shady versus the new Slim Shady. I'm sorry, the old Slim Shady versus the new Eminem, right? So Eminem comes back with with his previous sound that he used to use that made him really popular. But he basically makes this video, and I wish I could play it for you on YouTube, but you know, if you play anything on YouTube, you basically will get copyright struck. But basically, Eminem makes this video. As you can see, half of the video is Slim Shady. The other half is Eminem as the mature man he is with his daughter and, you know, taking care of his family and just being grown. He's like 50 years old at this point right now. And what I liked about this video was like, it's kind of like a throwback in a way. It brought us back to his previous sound. Um, and so I definitely really enjoyed watching it. I enjoyed hearing it. I'll admit it may not be in my rotation because I've kind of I don't listen to 2000s as much as I used to, but we all know that there's a lot of people who wish that music hadn't moved away from that sound in the first place. So it's good to have him. It's good to have him back. He's making the music that his people would even want to enjoy, in particular his fan base. I've always liked Eminem myself, you know, from My Name Is and what's the song where he goes Mom Spaghetti, Spaghettios or whatever he says in that one. You know, I enjoyed that as well. But in this one, so he's fighting with the old Eminem. He's fighting with the old Slim Shady in this video. But what caught my attention, what made me even consider making a thumbnail like I did, um, was a particular. I'm sorry, where is it? A particular screenshot that I took. So this is at about 2 minutes and 13 seconds, right? And so he asks, "Who do you think is the best MC?" So that doesn't seem that important, right? It's just rappers trying to say that you know they're the best or whatever. Okay, I get it. But I actually think it's particularly important, and I think it's actually something we should be paying attention to and thinking about. And the reason I say that is because he put this video out and he's trying to make this statement right about 2 weeks ago. So the rap beef was about a month and a half ago, a month and 2 weeks, right? That rap beef, in that rap beef, we basically decided that Kendrick Lamar is the king. He's the king of hip hop right now. He's the best. He's the MC, right? So it was a debate between Drake and Kendrick has won. And by the way, those thorns on his head, by the way, are basically made out of diamonds, which is pretty cool. So he's got a diamond crown on his head, which is pretty crazy, right? And so we've got this fight going on between Drake and Kendrick obviously won. And so what I think Eminem was thinking, he's saying to himself like, bro, like did y'all forget about me? Like I've been here this whole time and I've been putting in the work. establishing that I'm the best. And I even kind of stepped away, not because I was bored, but because I realized there was no competition, right? So how are y'all gonna have this debate, right? And so going back to this still, by the way, let me go back to it because going back to this still, they're asking who do you think is the best MC? And I forgot to take another screenshot because in the next section, what happens is that Slim Shady shows up and like throws shit around, um, just throws shit everywhere, and completely trashes the place basically. So Eminem is feeling the type of way. He's feeling like people just kind of forgot that, and I'm gonna say in his feelings that he is the best. And so I actually think that we're going to see some interesting stuff happen because of that, right? Now, what I find pretty cool about this video is that it's the new Eminem, and I should say the old Eminem, is trying to stop. Well, I should say the current Eminem is trying to stop Slim Shady from getting him canceled because the Slim Shady would say anything. He'd say the craziest stuff at any given moment, at any given time. You know what I mean? And so you know, I'm just gonna say it like this. I mean, I know it's kind of crazy to just be straightforward, but yeah, I think Eminem wants to smoke with Kendrick. You know what I mean? I really do. I think there's no way that Eminem is just gonna let Kendrick crown himself. The culture crowns Kendrick as the king, and then Eminem's like, bruh. So what have I been doing here? Like, did you guys forget about me? I've been here this entire time, bro, and you just gonna move on for me? Like, this guy practically reads the dictionary every day, doesn't he? I would think so. So he's feeling a type of way. I think he wants to smoke. Um, I know it may seem like I'm just trying to start shit, which, yeah, in a way I am, but I think he wants to smoke. Now, let's be real. No direct shots were fired. I want to be clear about that. No direct straight, he didn't call Kendrick by his name or anything like that. And there wasn't even a subliminal, you know what I mean? There really wasn't any it wasn't, I know I'm saying that it's supposed to be Eminem versus Kendrick, but there wasn't a direct shot, a subliminal, but there was just a statement. I think the video is trying to make that he feels like he is the best MC. And if there is somebody else who doesn't agree with that, they might want to say something directly to him. Right. And so now, like, think about it this way: there's one person who does not like it if you say you're the hottest MC. His last name starts with Kendrick and his first name is Lamar. Okay. You cannot tell Kendrick that you're the best and not expect a diss track or some type of response to that. Right. So I'm trying to figure out. So like if they were to engage in a beef, I would wonder who would send that first shot. And like I said, I would actually say most likely Kendrick would. You know what I mean? I don't know. I think Eminem, because like I said, Eminem right now, all he did was he just said, "Hey, I'm the best MC." You know what I mean? Okay, maybe he didn't say that, but he's kind of insinuating that, in my opinion. I don't know. He's like, "Hey, I'm the best MC," right? And so Kendrick is going to be like, "I can't allow you to say that." That's just my opinion. Kendrick's not going to let you say that. And so now Kendrick could also just sidestep this because, like I said, there wasn't really even a sub. He could almost, because Eminem has almost lived in his own world because people understand the caliber of rapper that he is, and I'm trying to think who even. It's hard to even be a. It's hard to be a featured Eminem. It's hard to be. It's hard to have an Eminem feature. It's like because Eminem's gonna go for the kill shot every single time, every single goddamn time. He's gonna go for the kill shot. So you know, I guess I want to wonder like. First of all, can we answer the question? Is Eminem the best MC? Like, how do you how do you analyze that? We can be real about Eminem. The hardcore fact is he is technically, and I use the word technically as in like technical rapping. He is the best MC in existence because the guy raps at a million miles a minute. The guy understands double entendre. Entendres piece of cake to him. You can't even can you even do an entendre? Drake can do entendres. Kendrick obviously does entendres. You know, but Eminem will have like five meanings per bar. Eminem does lyrical shit. Eminem just does stuff that is absolutely absurd. I gotta be real with you. Um, so because of that, I don't know. I kind of think um, Eminem is the best MC, but like remember, this is also the court of public opinion. So most people, first of all, you could pick whoever you want at the end of the day, and I think right now people are rocking with Kendrick. And I think when you compare the both of them, you've got the fact that Eminem is just technically superior, but then you also have the fact that Kendrick just embodies culture. There's this culture to Kendrick that um, is very, very, very important. You know what I mean? And so I don't know. I'm actually gonna say I don't know who the best MC is when you compare the both of them. And so we got to ask the next question: like, what would a Kendrick versus Eminem beef look like? So what's the timeline? You know what I mean? Right now it's starting with Eminem's video Houdini. You know what I mean? The next question is Eminem gonna be more direct? Does Eminem specifically have something to say to Kendrick? Because I don't know if he does right now. Like right now, he didn't say anything directly to him, right? Is he gonna do what he usually does, just kind of stay in his own lane? You know what I mean, and just kind of show that he's the best, but like he doesn't ever be specific about anything, which is something he does. He's been doing a lot of that for a long time. He just kind of he's in his own universe, and I don't even know if Kendrick. I feel like Kendrick would most likely avoid entangling with Eminem if Eminem just chooses to stay in his own lane. Like I don't think Kendrick is going to be like, let me say something to him. You know what I mean? But like I said, I feel like I don't know what I don't know what Kendrick is thinking. I mean, I don't know. He like imagine Kendrick watched that video, right? Houdini. Do you think he was like, you know what? I'm gonna put a little something in my album to get this kicked off, right? Put a little, put a little something, something for Eminem. You know what I mean? And if he were to do that, okay, now it's on and popping at that point, right? So we'd have to see. And you know, so let's say let's really just let's go with this, man, because I kind of want this to happen. So let's say Kendrick strikes first with the sub. I know Kendrick would start with a sub and throw a little something something out there, say something about I don't know. I don't even know what you could say about M. It's kind of hard. I mean, I guess the only thing you know about M is that back when he was Slim Shady, he used to do a lot of drugs, right? So if you want to go back to that, you could talk about his drug habits. But he might throw a little subliminal like that. So let's say they throw the sub and then Eminem bites back. You know, I wonder if Eminem would go hard immediately after after M hears the first sub, or would he like play with Kendrick a little bit, right? Play with him a little, you know what I mean? Because I don't know, Eminem is such a like he just goes for it. I feel like he tried to kill him on the first full response to a sub from Kendrick. You know what I mean? I just feel like he would, you know. Um, so as for what the Eminem track would sound like, I mean, he gonna, but it's like you know what I mean? He gonna sound like a machine gun, bro. And then when you go, like, you have to go to Genius to look at Eminem stuff because sometimes you don't even know what he's saying. And then when you look at the lyrics and you're like, oh wow, he's saying a lot. Like that's pretty crazy. That it's like that. Like you gonna have to like be on Genius a lot to see what he's saying. You know what I mean? So after Eminem comes with his track, I'm saying like Kendrick's next track I think is gonna be. I can feel like it's gonna be much more about the fact that Eminem's a white man, and what we're gonna have happen next is basically it's gonna get real racial real quickly, and I'm not gonna. Not that Kendrick might say just real mess up things about him as a white man, but it's gonna separate real fast. You know what I mean? And so, like, when you ask a question like, who would the culture agree with? You know what I mean? I think I have a frightening feeling that things are just gonna separate on racial lines way faster than you would expect. You know, I hate to say it, but you know, Kendrick, I think his core fan base is black folks. Eminem's core is white folks. Okay, now I don't want to go the wrong way with this. You know, making this black man versus white man is not the way to go because it's not like that. You know what I mean? It really isn't like that. At the end of the day, Eminem um, has proven himself to black culture. Okay, to black culture at large. Okay, and don't forget that he had to like if you watch the 8 Mile movie and you remember that from that scene where he went to a rap battle. First of all, he's a battle rapper. He went to that rap battle. He the only white guy there. He had to impress us to get to where he is, to get to being as prolific as he is. And then Dr. Dre caught on to him, marketed him to the masses. Okay, his fan base ended up skewing white, but don't forget that first of all, Dr. Dre found him, and I think there was a recording too from Dr. Dre, not a recording, a video where Dr. Dre heard Eminem and didn't know that he was black. I mean, that he was white. Dr. Dre thought he was black. Met him in person, was like, oh shit, well, we gonna have to make this work, man. We gonna have to make this work. You know, at the time, it was a little bit different back in the 90s, you know what I mean? So now we have to think about this, man. So the debates on this topic are going to be absolutely earth shattering, man. When the culture starts debating, like if they start going at each other and the culture has to debate who the hottest MC is between Kendrick and Eminem, God, the tracks that could come, like I really want to hear like Kendrick having a match Eminem. We really got to push Kendrick to match or exceed Eminem's technical rapping ability because can he do it? And if he does, oh my God, those tracks, like remember, like when he had to fight against Drake, he kind of had to make tracks that will bump in a club or bump in a car. When he goes against M, it's just lyrics. It's just technical lyrics. You know what I mean? So when he has to do that, just be technically lyrical. Oh my God, this is gonna be like an unbelievable, crazy situation. You know what I mean? And so I just feel like nobody wants to give Eminem his flowers, man. Eminem. Sometimes when we ask that question about who the hottest MC is, I really don't hear us talking about Eminem. I shouldn't even say hot. I meant to say the goat, the best of all time. I really don't hear us talking about M a lot right now. We've crowned Kendrick. You know what I mean? Given Kendrick his crown, and I think we're gonna have to have another discussion. I don't think these rap beefs are over at all, man. You know what I mean? I think we're gonna have to continue this discussion more and more as time goes on. You know what I mean? Um, so a couple of things to remember: Eminem signed 50 Cent. You know what I mean? So Eminem truly, man, you just got to give him his flowers, man. He truly, and what I'm gonna do so y'all can see, this man has truly, 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 truly. I meant to get a picture of Eminem with Dr. Dre. This is just pictures of Eminem. This man has truly proven himself to the culture. He's proven that he's the best of the best. And so look at him and Dr. Dre. These guys are like teammates, man, with his Beats Music headphones. This guy has proven himself and shown that he is the best. So I really do think that Kendrick and Eminem need to have have a little beef. I hope that it don't get as dirty as it did with Drake and Kendrick, because that got really rough and that got really dark. But I still think hearing these guys go bar for bar would be unbelievable and world shattering when they do actually compete with each other. You know what I mean? And so we're gonna have to see. But like I said, I was showing y'all what I think, like why I think he's actually trying to get the smoke. I'm gonna show you that picture again here because where it is at. I'm telling you. So y'all go watch Eminem's video Houdini. Right here it is, that screenshot. Who do you think is the best MC? Right. So like I said, I can't play the video because it's YouTube. But in the next shot, Slim Shady shows up. Um, and Slim Shady basically throws the table to the ground and basically tries to tell the world that yeah, he is the absolute best MC. And so I don't know. We're gonna have to see. I can't wait. I don't know what y'all think about it. I don't know if y'all think Kendrick is the best. I don't know if y'all think M is the best. I personally, let me make a decision. It's hard. I think so. Who's the best? Who's the GOAT? Look, I think if Kendrick versus Eminem, I think Eminem will whoop his ass. Fuck it. Fuck it. I think M would whip his ass. Let's be real. Can we just be grown here? Eminem versus Kendrick. Eminem is gonna. Are you kidding me? I don't think Kendrick has a chance. But remember that in diss tracks you can take different angles. So if Kendrick tries to go away from the bars and like talks about um Eminem's personality, what he's done, and then if he goes deeper in the closet, opens up Eminem's closet, cleaning out my closet. If he opens up Eminem's closet and goes a little deep in there, pulls the skeleton out of M's closet, maybe this beef won't be about specifically the technical battle between them. Maybe it'll actually be about like other topics, things about Eminem that we actually don't know at the moment. Could be something like that. So we'll just have to see how that goes, man. I really I think we'll see. I think we'll see them pop off because first we gotta wait for Kendrick's album to come out. And I feel like Kendrick is gonna put a little something for Eminem on that album. Just a little something something for Eminem to think about and to chew on. You know what I mean? Like I said, Kendrick would be smart to just pretend like this. Like I'm gonna show y'all the picture again. What I think is the truth here. So if Kendrick watched this video, see, I know Kendrick is the type to watch this video, bruh, and be like, "Oh hell no! Who Eminem think he is? Eminem's asked that question. Who do you think is the best MC? This is who he thinks the best MC is. Slim Shady. That's just how he feels. You know what I mean? I think I'm gonna stick with my opinion. I think Eminem would whoop Kendrick's ass. I'm just gonna say it. It just feels like that. It really just feels like that. You know what I mean? But so I got a different question for y'all. So I'm gonna let y'all debate that on your own. I got a different question. So we watched Kendrick tear into Drake about being biracial, right? I know we're kind of bored of the Drake versus Kendrick, and I know we got to let this go to rest. I just got a different angle, a different topic to kind of unpack about that. So we watched Kendrick tear into Drake about the fact that he was biracial. So we know that Drake has a white mom and a black dad, but notably he was raised solely by his moms because his pops abandoned him, didn't do shit for him. That's just the reality. So we just had this question to ask, this existential question that I want to ask. You know what I mean? The reality, I mean, you look at this picture, Drake really does look like a white man. Like we could be real about it. We could just say it how it is, man. And we have to ask that question. Yo, like what does it really mean to be black? Like if you're mixed, if you're black and white, you know what I mean? What does it take for the culture to consider you to be a black man? You know what I mean? And I feel like this beef, because Kendrick was on him. Oops, almost dropped my computer. Kendrick was on the man. Kendrick was on the man. He's telling Drake, we don't want to hear you say nigga no more. Like revoking his N word. You know, talking about how Drake felt like he wasn't black enough. You know what I mean? That shit is some deep, deep shit to be, saying to somebody. And that can, take a person like that to a dark place, So I sympathize it. Well, yeah, I sympathize with people who are going through that struggle. If, they're black and white, they're trying to figure out who's willing to accept them. I mean, it's tough. Black people look at you, they see you're lighter than them, and they're like, okay, you're black, but not really. And then white people look at you and you're just black. They done. You're just a black guy. And so that's like a world, like I almost, like when I say I sympathize with them, I almost look at biracial people and say, y'all are kind of living in this different world. You're living, if America is black and white, you're living in the middle and you have your own separate section from the rest of us. Like you got your own section to be biracial. And you get shit from both sides just attacking you. And don't y'all forget, who else is biracial? Let me pull pull this up because y'all can't forget this because I actually didn't think he was. You know what I mean? I really didn't think he was. But basically, hold on, I didn't even put my web page up. So basically, J. Cole is biracial. It's the same situation. White mom, black dad, right? This guy, I kind of would have never guessed he was biracial. By the way, he did a good job with the dreads. These are some dreads, boy. He put some dreads on them. You know what I mean? But this is not about J. Cole. This is about Drake. So we this is a oh, this is a tough question. Sorry guys, I'm live streaming here and I got a lot of stuff going on. This is my gaming setup, my gaming live stream that I've kind of converted to YouTube. So I've got a lot going on. So bear with me. This is my first stream on YouTube, trying to go trying to talk about things that I'm very interested in outside of gaming. You know what I mean? So let's go back to that question. So, what does it mean to be black, right? And so, you know, you look at Drake, you look at his baby mama, right? Beautiful woman. Then you look at Adonis, and you can see this biracial question is really, really just on people's minds. Okay. And I have to tell you, I really think it's kind of sad that we care so much about this. Remember, when you go back through history and you think about where this has come from, back in the past, let's get deep in the past of what Black America has been through. You know, there was a moment in time where whiteness was a little bit more ambiguous. And it really was, hey, do you look white enough? And then one day, white America came out with that one drop rule and said, if you got one drop of black in your ancestry, you're black, right? And so that was a tool of oppression for a long time. And so now we come to 2024, we've kind of taken that tool and we've kind of re engineered it. And what has happened is, being black is cool now, it's cooler at this moment. And so now we're saying, let's make we're not even sure if you having, one black family member in your history is enough to consider you to be a black person, right? And that's just, I don't know. That's a tragedy that we're at this point and that we're doing that. And it's not for me to decide. There really isn't any moral, no right or wrong. It's a cultural thing. You know what I mean? The reality for me, I feel like Drake actually, ironically or unironically, embodies the true, no, not the true, I need a different word. He embodies the typical black experience. And if you really think about it, you think about the fact that Drake was raised by a single mom, right? Because his father, Dennis, basically wasn't there for him, right? He wasn't there for him as a child. He left him. I'm gonna pull up a picture of them for you. He left him, and then he had to be raised by a single mother. That's a typical black experience. It's sad that it's like that. I mean, even my experience was similar, not exactly. I'm cool with my pops and everything, but my experience was kind of close to, you know, pops was not as prominent. Like he was there, but I don't want to get into my own family situation. But like I said, Dennis Graham, he came back around all the way in the end. He came back around when the success came around. And so, like, I don't know. I think that kind of qualifies Drake as having the black experience, but Kendrick Lamar don't agree. I mean, what can you say? Kendrick Lamar disagrees with that. The culture disagrees with that. And I know the issue is going to be more that, he's Canadian. And so the fact that he's Canadian, he's kind of had that does remove him far away from Black America. Not far away. He wasn't exactly born in America. He was very close. I mean, he's come down and traveled and, you know, been in America, but his culture is Canadian, Toronto, hey, you know, maple syrup, Canadian bacon. That's his authentic culture, you know. Um, but I don't know. I think this isn't. I hope we can, figure this out. And I hate to be a kumbaya nigga, but I think we need to be a little nicer to biracial people. I'm just saying. Look, look. I'm being nice. I'm a nice guy. I think we shouldn't be so hard on them and be like, "Are you sure you're black?" Look at the way you look. You know what I mean? Because I think it ends up making them have a complex where they can't just be themselves. Now they're trying to be black. You know what I mean? And then what if they're being too white? Now you're mad at them for being too white. You know what I mean? You're giving them a complex. I think that's not um, the best thing to do. Just be nice. Be nice to people. Be nice to everybody. You know what I mean? So, but anyways, I want to thank y'all guys. Let me go back to my video. So when I put out that video about Drake, when I put that video out, y'all remember when I admitted that that Drake lost to Kendrick. That got about 3,000 views. You guys were so crazy in the comments. Actually, you guys were actually pretty nice in the comments on this video. A lot of y'all. Look, let me read some of them. So this guy Kenny Calladay said, "Shout out to you, bro. I'm a diehard Kendrick fan, and I don't know if I could do what you're doing if Kendrick lost. You know what I mean? Much respect to him for leaving that comment, but I had to admit the truth and just say that Kendrick didn't win. I'm sorry, Kendrick won, and that Drake lost. And you could see it because remember the track that totally turned let me know that it was over. The Heart Part 6 was like the kill shot. Once he put the Heart Part 6 out, I was like, all right, we lost. We need to move on to bigger and better things. I better not almost turn on the YouTube video for that. If I did, the stream would get destroyed and nuked. You know what I mean? Um, Somebody said he made him flinch by out rapping, out strategizing, out thinking him. This was a chess player versus a kid eating crayons. Disagree. Disagree. You're reaching, you're saying too much. Calm down. I said what really happened. He out rapping him, debatable. Out strategizing him, debatable. Out thinking him, maybe. Because once he made those allegations against Drake, Drake flinched and Drake basically had to make a defense track. You know what I mean? Once he did that, I mean, it was over with for Drake. You know, somebody disagreed with me and they said, oh, making a diss track together would be whack. So if y'all watched my video, what I had said at the end was that J. Cole needs to partner with Drake and make a diss track together because I had accepted that Drake lost. And at that time, I thought that the only thing that we could do to save Drake is to have J. Cole come through and help Drake out. J. Cole did not see my video. J. Cole did not help Drake out. So Drake just really lost. It would have been awesome if J. Cole popped back in because, man, J. Cole and Drake versus Kendrick, them tracks would be going on forever. Somebody said Drake has never been in a real battle. That's why he lost. Kendrick came up battle rapping in the street. Now, to be fair, Drake has been. So let's talk about the one beef that Drake lost where he really was trying to. Do y'all remember Story of Adidon? Oh, God, even this picture is hard to look at, bro. Do y'all remember this? Pusha T killed this man to death. Like, Pusha T ended it for him. Pusha, like, it's so funny to think about the fact that Pusha T, he ended it very quickly. That's actually very odd, too. Because he only needed one track. He did that Story added on. Drake had to submit the defense Instagram post. Drake defense Instagram post. I didn't mean to, that's the wrong thing to Google, but he had to put that Instagram post up and explain. Remember this face? He had to explain this face, you know. And the funny thing is, he did that for a good reason because he was talking about, I think he's talking about blackface, but it is questionable as fuck though if you think about it. Like me or any black person, you really can't put black on a black face. So the fact that you could put black face on his face brings up that question again. Like you're white enough that you could put blackface on you. So that's kind of what Pusha T played with. You know what I mean? But let me see what else people were saying. So to be honest, you come off as a fan of both artists. I thought you were going to be a Drake Glazer, former Kendrick hater. So I'm really not a Kendrick fan. No, I'm really not. Um, I'm not a Kendrick hater. I've listened to his hits like Damn, Royalty Got Loyalty Inside Your DNA. Oh, that's DNA. Sit down, be humble. Sit down, be humble. Yeah, I listen to that. So I listen to Kendrick's hits. Drake, boy, he's on my rotation, on my rotation, on my rotation, on my rotation, boy. Like, I don't, man. Every other track is Drake. You know what I mean? Every other track is Drake, no matter what. Damn, this blackface is terrible, bro. So somebody said the Hard Part 6 was solid. Hard Part 6 was garbage. Like, soon as you heard the beat on the Hard Part 6, it was like, it's over with. Like, as soon as you heard that beat, it was like, man, we lost. Team Drake lost. Come on, guys, let's pack it up. We got to go. We got to go. You know what I mean? But yeah. So I thank y'all again for watching that video. Um, I did put out another video. Let's go to my channel about is Drake's rap career over? It only got 277 views. Decent, you know. Sure. It's a decent amount of views, but I guess people didn't care that much about his rap career being over. Um, somebody said it's a good topic, but when you ask the question on how Drake feels about hip hop, so that's the thing that I gotta say, I'm very happy about this whole situation in the very end. The reason I'm happy is because Drake has to get in that studio. Drake need to get the hell in that studio, and Drake needs to fucking work, baby. This summer, 2024, oh my god, this album from Drake is gonna be crazy because he knows it matters. See, it didn't matter before, nothing mattered. But now, Drake is like, damn, if I don't make a good summer album, I might have to go back to acting. I might have to go to Degrassi, brother. You're gonna have to do what kind of movie could he make? No, not movie, like a TV show. You're gonna have to go to Netflix and do like Degrassi after Degrassi all grown up. Something like that. Degrassi all grown up. That's probably what you gotta do. You know what I mean? You have to act. Maybe he could like sit back and be a record label executive, but I mean he gotta somehow make 400 million. They gave the man $400 million. 400 million bucks. So he gotta pay for that shit. He took out that money, he gotta pay that back.